All right, to continue today's lesson, we are going to now look at beginning operations with these polynomials. All right, so you're going to see today and tomorrow we're going to ultimately do a bunch of operations that lead into next week where we finish up our operations with polynomials. So again, I'm hoping that you feel comfortable with this material so far because we're going to be looking at adding and subtracting polynomials. All right, now the big thing here, and what kids always remember, is you're always looking for like terms. How do you know if they are like terms or not?
They have
The same, actually, it's not the same coefficient, it's the same exponent. Not thingy, right, let's be specific, the same exponent, okay? With the same variable, obviously. Now, all of these will just have one variable getting you ready for solving these when they are functions, okay? So again, I'm hoping that you feel comfortable with this material today, because when I ramp it up in a couple weeks, you're ready for that. All right? So let's look at this example, example 2. Now I'm going to show you the way that I do it, and then I'll show you a couple other ways. Again, I don't care, whatever you feel comfortable with. When I look at these two polynomials, I see 3 minus 2x squared. Immediately, an alarm bell goes off in my head. When I read 3 minus 2x squared, immediately an alarm bell goes off in my head. It's not in standard form, right? Some people set alarms to wake up. I set alarms for standard form. So here we go. Negative 2x squared plus 3. Yes, George. Again, I'm going to show you the way I do it, and then we can discuss other ways to do this. And I think you'll find your way is going to be just fine. All right, now it says minus, and then x squared plus 6 minus x. It's also not in standard form. So I'm going to write minus x squared minus x plus 6.
Do you distribute or no?
Okay, now the way I'm going to do this first is I am not going to distribute this subtraction symbol, which I think is what you're referring to, Lexi, correct? Yes. Now, if you would like to distribute that subtraction symbol, all right, if you would like to distribute, make sure that you change it from subtraction to become addition. Okay, so make sure it goes from subtraction to addition. All right, if you don't distribute the negative, then keep subtraction going. All right, so I look at negative 2x squared, negative 2x squared, minus x squared. So what is negative 2x squared minus x squared? Actually, it is negative 3x squared. All right, so I just did those two. Now, when I look at my next term in the first polynomial, I went from squared with my x to a constant. What did I skip? X to the first power, right? I went from x squared to no variable. All right, and if you look, there is an x to the first power over here. So it's nothing minus negative x. Nothing minus negative x. Positive x. 0 minus negative x is actually positive x. All right, remember subtracting a negative is addition. Subtracting a negative is really addition. So what I just did was 0x minus negative x. That's what I just did. Which is really x. All right? All good. Now for the last one. The last one is 3 minus 6. 3 minus 6 is negative 3. So all of that, I know it's in different colors, but all of that is the polynomial solution. Okay. Can we try a different way? All right. No? You don't want to try a different way? I feel comfortable with that. If you don't, I'm going to do another way that you might feel more comfortable with. Yeah. Great question. Did it say to name it up here? I don't think it did. But just for funsies, how would you name it? Very good. That's what it is. It's a quadratic trinomial. So let's do it a different way. another way. And Lexi, I'm going to do it the way you asked about distributing the negative. Okay? So I'm still going to have negative 2x squared plus 3. But now I'm going to write plus, because if I distribute the negative, I change it to addition. And what happens to x squared, negative x, and 6? They all become the opposite. So I'm going to write minus x squared plus x minus 6. And then I would do the same process. It is an x. Which one? This one? So that's a plus. That's addition. Sorry. I switched it to addition because I distributed the negative onto all three. Lexi asked earlier, can we distribute it? So I said yes, so here I'm showing the distribution of it. Okay? Negative 2x squared plus negative x squared is negative 3x squared. Nothing plus x. Nothing plus x. No, it's x. And then 3 plus negative 6 is negative 3. So you get the same thing. Any questions? So George, if you notice, all of these options require you to put it in standard form. You don't obviously have to, but let's get in the habit of doing it. All right? Any questions for this example? No? Okay. Before you stand up, take a look at these. Look at 1 and 2. What's happening in 1 and 2? It's addition. In 3 and 4, it is subtraction. Do I care if you distribute the negative or not? No. I do not, but be careful, all right, because you might get the wrong stuff. Ready? I'll give you 10 minutes. Go.